Today we are making our Peaceful Body Lotion. We're just going to do half a batch because we have a lot of Peaceful Lotion and we don't really need any. I just wanted to make a video and show you guys how we do it. So the recipe calls for your essential oil, lotion base, which is right down here. You need the stick blender, measuring cup, and the Pyrex measuring bowl. So we are going to measure out 1 quart of lotion base. Typically it's I go up to 2 quarts, but for today we're just going to do half a batch, so we'll just fill it up to there. And I found the easiest way to do that is with this big measuring cup. So you just take a scoop, and it's kind of hard to do it when it's not liquid, but it usually is close enough as long as you're within that range. So then we'll set that to the side, and then half a batch of lotion would call for 40 mils of essential oil. So we're gonna grab our 10 milliliter pipette and just do 4 pipettes full of Peaceful essential oil. Oops, I made a mistake already. Wait to put that in. First, we're gonna microwave this for what does it say here? 5 minutes. I might need to change that, and let's just start at 2 minutes. 5 minutes is for a full batch, so 2 minutes would be probably good for the lotion. It's gonna take less time to heat up than a full batch. So this has been in for 2 minutes, and we're just gonna take your immersion blender, stick it in, and kind of try to get the rest of the product melted in evenly. And before you add the essential oil, you want to make sure that it's a pourable consistency. And I did make a mistake, and I added 10 milliliters of essential oil to it before I started microwaving. This is not quite ready to be poured yet, so I'm going to add it for another minute. But the reason that you add the essential oil and at the very last second is because you don't want to microwave the essential oil and heat it up. It can tamper with the scent. So try to remember to do that at the last moment, and don't do it like I did right at the very first time. All right, so I let that in for another 40 seconds, and we're just gonna do that again. This is looking really good, and it's gonna be ready to pour after we add our essential oil. So we have, because we already added 1 milliliter in the beginning, we're just gonna add 3 more pipettes, so 30 more milliliters. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna go back to mixing it with the hand blender until it's fully incorporated and emulsified. If you don't mix it well enough, it will look like that. So just keep going. And then let it stop and check to see if you can see any oil slick on the top for just a second. And I do not see any oil slick on the top, so it is ready. I'm gonna grab the small measuring cup. So then you pour in here. I do see a small oil slick on the top, so I'm gonna keep going. It's a good noise. So once you hear that, you know that you're making more air inside the lotion base, and air helps to emulsify the lotion and the essential oil. Now that should be perfect. So we're going to pour in here. And then you just pour into the bottles. If right now, if a customer walked in and you had to go and do customers, that's totally fine. What I would do is just come back when you're done and reheat it for maybe 30 seconds or so. That is about as much as you want to fill them up. You have to keep in mind that you also have to put a cap in there also, and that's going to raise up the lotion a little bit. You want to kind of work a little bit quickly with this because it does start to cool down pretty quickly, and then it gets too thick to pour, and then you're left with a big gloppy mess. It's okay to put the lotion in for 10, 20, 15 seconds at a time. If it does get too thick to pour, it's not gonna completely ruin the essential oil scent. It's just not really preferred to microwave essential oils. All right, so right about there. And if you can see in here, this stuff is starting to get pretty thick, but it's still pourable. I might have to reheat this just to get the last little part out, which is okay. If you have any extra, you can put that into a bottle with a label on it and put a cap on it, and we'll just save that to the next batch. So I am gonna have some extra here. I forgot my spatula. So what I'm gonna do with this is scoop it into the small, and be sure to use a spatula so that you get every single last little drop out. Oops. My old pastry chef used to say, if you clear your bowl out nicely, you're members of the Clean Bowl Club. All right, so I'm just gonna microwave this for just a few more seconds, just so it's a smoother consistency to pour and I get the last little drops out. 15 seconds should be pretty sufficient. The smaller the amount of lotion in your container, the shorter time it needs to melt. So you can see that's super, super thin and totally pourable. So this will just be extra for the next time we make Peaceful Body Lotion. Just pour that and then scrape out the... Ooh, okay. All right, and then you want to let these cool slightly before you put the caps on, so no condensation comes and it can contaminate the lotion and cause mold, actually. So you just want to let them cool to room temperature before you put caps on them. And then that is how you do it.